Hi, welcome to Andrew Buckle book review of comics. Slightly odd title. Comics, yes, that's it. Graphis. Graphics bring out absolutely amazing books. I love their books. 1960s, 1970s, all sort of advertising, design, everything. Real quality books. And you can see the details there. The art of the comic strip. Just about make that out. Graphis. Absolutely good. Now, I bought this for I think about £20. Now, the book is 126 pages, not a huge amount, but you can see it's quite a sizable book. The weird thing about it also is that it's in multiple languages, or I should say 3 languages in total, English, German and French, which is no problem, of course, but it's still, at the same time, does make it slightly, you can see there, The Art of the Comic Strip by Die Kunst der, don't ask me to say in German, I'm not going to say, but also you've got the contents there. But still, a really lovely quality book. And this book came out in 1972, so it's obviously pretty dated, but doesn't mean that it's not brilliant. You've got a lovely forward, and you've got also, as always, they have to show lots of the origins of comic strips, really pushing it back there. You've got there all the way from the 7th century BC. That's really stretching comic books back, isn't it? 7th century BC. But still, that is still a comic book. Slightly harder to buy comic book, I would imagine, but still a comic book. I'm surprised no one's brought out, obviously, an actual volume showing all those panels. Also, you've got also some other panels there, and of course, a fairly famous tapestry as well. That again is basically a comic book. But also, you've got other comic books that are later, slightly more conventional comic books, also woodcut ones as well. Just love those. Just absolutely amazing. I love these ones as well. Now, of course, they're not what you classify as conventional comic books, not the Marvel or DC. Doesn't mean that they're not brilliant to look at and fascinating. Been looking at some really beautiful books over the last couple of... I've got some David Kunze ones which I'll be doing the reviews of. Which I've got one. I saw one at a library up in London, and wow. I mean, it was just page after page of those sort of like medieval, sort of Tudor period, just French, German, everything. Just stunning. And I love that sort of thing. And even though, like I say, it's not conventional comic books, it's still fascinating. Also, unfortunately, there are lots of very stereotypes. I'm just showing that. But still, then you've got obviously science fiction. You've got your westerns. Obviously, there looks like Adam Strange. I don't know. That probably is Adam Strange. Sometimes one it's Adam Strange. Always very hard when you have to go up and look at the section there, and you have to then look down to the list, and they just give a brief little bit of detail there. But you've got so many of the artists, just brilliant all the way through. Discusses obviously narrative technique, and also some more artwork there. And also some strips I've never seen. Obviously some I'm fairly familiar with, but I'm just going to turn around and say this one here. This is number 19. Don't even ask me. Orion something by Robert Gigi. Now it's quite possible that it's available to buy. I'd love to get a copy of that somewhere. I've never seen that. Also, the one there looks great. That looks like 18. I was going to say Fred. No, an artist I'm not that familiar with, Fred. Oh, some other artists. This one. There's a more French one. Valerian. Valerian, I should say. Of course, it's Valerian. Valerian. What's Valerian? But there it is, Valerian. And it's great they include these ones. And there's another one here, number 38, and that's, I guess, Creepax. I've never bought any of his works. I've seen some of his works. They're always super expensive, so I've never actually purchased any. And you got, obviously, there you can, familiar with that artist. They can say his name. Little Nemo, of course. They have lots. They really, really love this sort of Little Nemo with the European books. Very popular. This is actually done slightly odd because they've got like a bit more Little Nemo. But also, they've got this, which is truly odd. But I thought when I first got this, it's actually a fold out. I thought this is strange, but a little fold out. Very odd, but still very nice. Harvey Kurtzman, of course, there. Spirit, you've got to have all the Spirit ones. Hail Hydra, of course. You've got obviously Stranko. You have to have Stranko. Stranko, obviously. Barry Windsor Smith, of course, as well. Now, weirdly, Gil Kane, I haven't seen any Gil Kane here. It must be Gil Kane. It would be very weird. They would have completely ignored Gil Kane. Alex Toth, you've got Alex Toth there as well. And number 920, Jim Stranko. Oh, that's the Tower of Shadows one. And Neil Adams, of course. Loads of great, just brilliant, full of some just the best artists, and of course lots more unusual artists there. All the various underground ones, Zap Comics there, Slow Death, San Francisco Comic Book. Many of these did turn up in lots of Forbidden Planet or Dark They Were and Golden Knight, but I never bought them. I must admit, there was one I looked at them, I thought, but I probably should have done, because they probably are amazing, and certainly the artwork looks amazing. And you got more examples there. Don't ask me. Tom Martin. Oh, these are very obviously, I don't know. Again, artists I'm not really familiar with, and also films, of course. You got there all the various films. This one, Mandrake the Magician. And again, some more Stranko. Stranko's quite popular with this sort of 1972, I guess. The French Creepax at the top again. And maybe there was some film. Was there a film with Creepax? I don't know how you say his name. I have no idea. Probably saying his name completely wrong. My apologies for that. But it's just full of just some really brilliant. And then you've got the epilogue at the back. Lots and lots of great artists. And also, even more, because it's got some lovely, obviously the contributors there, really, really great, obviously well known at the time, maybe not so much well known, or Jules Pfeiffer, I know obviously him, but Milton Glaser, Umberto Eco, I wonder what happened to him. Wow. But still, Les Daniels, wow. Yep. And also a biography at the back. And the biography at the back is depressing, truly depressing, because it breaks down French, German, Italian, French. Weirdly, the UK one, GB, Great Britain, I think they've got a section, they've got obviously Spanish. But the thing is, a lot of these are going to be impossible to find. Unless you happen to be living in Spain or Germany or wherever, and you happen to find it in a sort of bookshop, secondhand bookshop or something, or one of these comic book shops over there. And of course, they do exist. Probably a secondhand one or something. You probably find it very whole, a library. But you've got Brazil. I mean, Brazil's got a huge section. Sweden's got a huge section. All loads of books and exhibitions and things. And you think, wow, if only I could have gone and seen some of those. I was probably about 10 or 12 at the time, but that's not the point. But the thing that's depressing, Great Britain. Is that it? That's 4 or 5 books. That's all they include. Penguin Book of Comics, Boys Weekly. And the thing is that not even that. Boys Weekly, George Orwell, absolutely brilliant book. Brilliant. It's in the selected or the various essays book. I love that. And I've probably had ones as well. It says here, out of print. Great. But critical essays, collected essays, that's it. Collected essays. I love those books. There's 4 volumes you could get, and probably more now, I don't know. But Inside the Whale, they're all George Orwell. Not a person I think of as a historian for comic books. And that's what they've included for Great Britain. Didn't we produce anything? And then we've got an exhibition, apparently the only one, Institute of Contemporary Arts in London, February 1971, or January 1971, in London. ARG. That was it. Everywhere else has got loads and loads of exhibitions. Did we only have one exhibition? Is that it? Weird. Japan, you've got tons of there wasn't even a radio. Comics Now. Why haven't we got a radio station or radio program with fan magazines? I'm certain there's more than that now. Millions more than that. But it's still it is an impressive book. Got a great little index at the back as well. This is a lovely book. And like I say, the back listing is depressing. But still, I absolutely love these sort of books. This book is great. Definitely recommend picking this up. Should be able to find copies reasonably easily. I say 1970s. It's obviously slightly dated now, but still a great snapshot of what obviously the people at the time thought were the best of comics.